Can a man have too many fish ponds? I ask you. No.
Here's one of the original ponds that I put in. This is full of tilapia with water hyacinths and salvinias. Here we have another one. This is Ellen's tank. This has got Ellen's water plants and her guppies and swordtails living in it. Right here, we have a brand new pool right in between the two of them. We just got done plumbing it. The water comes from the roof, distributed via the downspouts, and I've got a buried pipe here we had to dig out in order to do this. Here's the overview of what's happening around here. That new middle pond, most likely I probably am going to try freshwater prawns. I think that's what that's for. Right now, I'm just gathering water. These are 300 gallons apiece, so now we will have 900 gallons of water here. At least we will when that storm moves in here. Kauai and Oahu are just getting doused. So far, we've dodged it. There's been nothing over here. I put this pool in 2 days ago, and that's all that's come into it so far. Maybe today.
Well, I've chosen this particular tank. It's a Rubbermaid stock tank designed for feeding cows water on the range. I chose it for a few reasons. It's durable. They're made so the bull can knock them around. So it'll last for quite a while. They are freestanding, which is another thing. On their own, set them down on a good base, and they do just fine. You can move them around. So if the plan changes, no problem. Cleaning this is much easier than an in-ground type pool. We have a plug at the bottom of each one there on the side. It's a drain, and you can pull that plug and just flush everything right out of these. Much easier when you actually do an in-ground pond around here. We don't have enough clay or anything to impound water, so you pretty much either have to use EPDM rubber or some form of vinyl sheet maybe, or some people use gunite, and I would not. It cracks every time the volcano erupts. In other words, earthquakes break it. Something more flexible is better. But when you have an in-ground pool like that, cleaning it and getting access isn't very easy. It's very difficult. That's one reason I have these above-ground tanks. The other reason is cane toads. I already have enough trouble around here with amphibians with that darn coqui frog. Cookie, all night long, you know? That's enough. Well, the cane toad has a lower rumble. It doesn't hurt the ears as much, but cane toads need to have water to breed. See, the coqui frog doesn't need it. The tadpole actually swims in the egg, and then the egg hatches as a little froglet. They never hit the water. They don't have to go to water to breed anything. That's why they're such a problem. But the cane toad, on the other hand, is more traditional amphibian. The toad has to go to a pool to mate, and then they have tadpoles that swim in the pool. They gradually grow legs and all that. Well, we haven't got very many pools around here. The eye drains too quick for that stuff, so pools are scarce. Now, my neighbor dug one back here and put a rubber liner in it and all that, and man, oh man, does it roar. Yeah, if you like with 100 toads all night long, then just put in an in-ground pond and see what happens. Because if they can hop into it and hop out of it easily, to go in there to breed, hey, they'll do it. I mean, I've actually found them so desperate, they've jumped into a 5-gallon pail full of water. Yeah, I see them floating back there in the nursery periodically. They're really desperate for places to breed here. Probably the main reason I have them right here is because there are 2 creeks either side of us, and those creeks will have vernal pools in them even when things go dry. It's probably where they'd been breeding historically. Anyway, I don't care for cane toads very much. Don't want them, don't need them. And so in-ground ponds are going to draw them. above ground ponds don't. They can't get into the pools to breed. They're easier to clean. Also, you know, I'm into aesthetics. You can see out here in my landscape, I have pretty flowers and colored shrubs, and I like nice landscaping. Well, some people include the pond as part of their landscaping design, see. And, well, if you do that, I guess you want it to look natural. And me, too many years raising chickens, raising fish, etc., etc., etc. I'm very pragmatic about all of this, see. And, well, since the pools for me were set up here actually to raise fish stock, whether they were beautiful to somebody else's eye or not was irrelevant. Ellen has been planting cymbidium orchids around the tanks and stuff to pretty them up anyway. So, going back, yeah, I guess I put the first one in 2016. There was another pool that went in after that, maybe about 2017 or 18. I don't quite recall the timeline, but I've gradually been adding these over time. And prior to COVID hitting here and prior to this inflationary spiral, these pools on this island were selling for right around $1 a gallon. They're about $300 from the local farm supply over here. Well, when I went to get another one, I kind of expected to get a shock, and I did and I didn't. Has anybody noticed sometimes how irregular pricing has become on certain items due to this inflation? Yeah. Well, what I saw was I typed in on Google this particular pool when I went to look for it to see who has it, what's it costing these days. Well, what I found was a spread between over $600 a piece on the high end and under $300, $279, I think, on the low end, which was less than I paid for it before the inflation started. I'm going, well, okay. So I checked it out. I come to find out the best way on this island to get that tank, if you want one, you order it through Ace Hardware from the mainland and have it dropped at the Hilo store and pick it up. Yeah, it was only $279, $280, less money than I paid for them before inflation. I think what's happening is that certain places in the mainland, for instance Ace Hardware, probably have way overstocked on these. They probably have so many of them, and so they haven't changed the price because they haven't reordered. If they reordered, it'll probably nearly double. So if you want one, hey, I'd get them now. Yeah, I bought it online. Oh, look who's here. Here's my kitty cat. Hi, Gracie. How are you? I guess I haven't put Gracie on a video for a few days, right? Here you go. Say hello to everybody. Yeah, people want to see you. Yeah. Oh, what a beautiful cat. Look at you. Aloha.